Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. I hope you are here with me because some of you probably forgot about my existence already, which is okay. I want to say that I am back in Poland. I arrived yesterday and I have to tell you the trip was really great. It was very important trip for me. I was on a book tour that Scott Ritter has organized with help of Jeff, his friend. They both have the channel Ask the Inspector, so that Jeff. And it was really good trip. I was absolutely honored to be part of this. And some of you who are following me on Instagram, you probably were able to see some of the pictures that I took. Let me show you. During my stay in New York and Washington, D.C., during the inauguration. I was, of course, not at the inauguration, but I was present in the place, which was important for me. So those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, make sure to check it out if you have Instagram. It's AniaK_44. It's mainly, this platform is mainly dedicated to capture my travels, a little bit personal life, and also very special moments in my life as well. So guys, very excited about this video. Why? Well, because the bleep already is hitting the fan, and I want to go straight to the meeting that took place, well, I think it's still taking place in Davos in Switzerland, where the reptiles have gathered. I don't think I have to explain what I mean by that. Many of you already know. So we had, of course, Klaus Schwab introducing Donald Trump, the President of the United States, number 47, 45, and 47. But I want to go through a few things that he has said, which actually really made me laugh yesterday. And that is how you talk to the reptiles. So let me mute myself and try my best to bring you the video and the sound at the same time. Hopefully the sound is good.
I terminated the ridiculous and incredibly wasteful Green New Deal. I call it the Green New Scam. Withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord and ended the insane and costly electric vehicle mandate. We're going to let people buy the car they want to buy.
Okay, so this was the first clip I really wanted to share with you. So what do you think? How those reptiles feel hearing this? I know some of you are on the fence with Trump. I understand. I respect that. However, I have my own opinion. And I just want to tell you, many of you know this. What's happening in the United States, sooner or later, is going to happen in Poland. So how we can expect this Green New Deal to continue to be the reality in the European Union countries if the concept is already done in the United States? It cannot exist. So sooner or later, we will see. Well, first of all, we will see the struggle of Europe more and more, but then we will see how Europe, after the European Union is done, is withdrawing from the same stuff that Donald Trump is withdrawing as well. Not to mention that Saudi Arabia will be investing $600 billion, but Trump wants to bring it up to $1 trillion, and he wants to lower the cost of oil, the price of oil, which will affect many conflicts, and especially the one and the conflict in Ukraine. And I also know that Russia has a very set approach to this, which we all respect. We will be going to the topic of it, to the article about it, the latest one from TASS in a second. But I want to bring one more clip to your attention. Of course, I'm not mentioning the two genders, men and women only, thank you God. That will also affect Poland because at Polish schools, we already have this being introduced, believe it or not, in Poland. Yes, in Poland. It's just crazy, isn't it? So how can this go on if the concept itself came from the United States, the demonic agenda, as I call it, evil agenda, and sooner or later this also will fail, as it's already failing in US, it will fail in Europe. Will it fail without the fight? Probably not, but it will not win for sure. So now let me take you to the second clip, which is very important, because this took place yesterday as well. And this is what Trump has signed in regards to executive order declassifying JFK assassination files. This will also pull a lot of strings and another bleep will hit the fan. Let me mute myself and let's go to Trump signing this executive order.
Executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years, for decades. And everything will be revealed. Okay? Give that to RFK Jr.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Okay, thank you very
Mr.
much.
President.
Everything will be revealed. We will see how this will be, and then I don't think this is the last thing to be revealed. We have many other files to be revealed. So buckle up, everyone, because this is going to be a major roller coaster. And RFK got the pen, got the executive order. His family went through a lot. I will share a personal story with you now. If you go to my Instagram as well, you will see several years ago when I lived in South Carolina, I decided to drive to the place. I forgot the name of the place, but I took a ferry, a boat to Cumberland, I think that's the name, island, where JFK Jr. and Caroline Bissett got married. And I was actually in that little church on that island in the middle of nowhere, incredible place. So I was thinking about this family, about the trauma in that family, how much pain and suffering and sacrifice was there. I'm not saying it's a perfect family, nobody's perfect, but it's about time. We all know what JFK was about to sign related to the banking system. We see how this will be going with the banks. Not to mention that during the speech that Trump gave yesterday at Davos, he pretty much put in place the CEO of Bank of America about not opening the accounts for a certain group of people that actually support Trump. But he kind of said it around in a way. And what is another very important thing from his executive orders is the freedom of speech, which all you know, if we don't have that, there is no way to communicate. Somehow we find the ways, but it has been a challenge for many of us who are content creators, and many of us have paid the price of the censorship. So this itself also will be affecting Europe, and whatever they try to implement in Poland or other countries is not going to fly, because where YouTube comes from, where X comes from, right? Where other platforms come from, we know from where. But I want to show you another document. Well, actually not the document, I'm sorry. I want to show you an article about the executive orders that have been signed by the President of the United States. Before I do this, I want to bring some data. So Donald Trump has signed a total of 220 executive orders during his first term presidency. From January 2017 to January 2021, that was the number, 220. As of January 2025, so this month, 72 of them, of those previous executive orders, which makes 33%. That 33 is an interesting percentage, huh? Have been revoked by Biden. So who created 33%? Biden. And now, just 4 days after the inauguration, I believe he has signed over 20 executive orders. But now to give you an idea how this looked in history, if you think like Trump is signing probably the most executive orders ever, I want to show you this article that is right here, because here you have the data about executive orders. And it looks like the most executive orders were signed by Ronald Reagan right here, 381, this is the number. Then we have Clinton, 364, Nixon, 346. However, here for the month of January 2025, we have already 26, correction to what I said, 26 executive orders that Trump has signed just in the last few days of his presidency. This is pretty cool database, so I'm going to attach the link down below in the description box. Yeah, that's how this looks like. So on average per year, the highest executive order number was Jimmy Carter, who just passed away. And that's why the flags were lowered in United States. Until the very last day, can I just tell you, in Washington, D.C., I was thinking, are they going to bring them up because there is a presidential inauguration happening, or they are still going to keep them half away? 80. So 80 per year. This was the highest. Okay, now what else do I have for you? I have an article that I found yesterday here on Polish platform. So let me go to this. It's about how Europe, apparently, European Union, is reacting to Trump not being so eager about NATO. And if they don't contribute 4.7%, he wants 5%, but Poland contributes, I think, one of the highest in Europe, 4.7%, I believe, of Polish GDP. So here is the article, guys. Let's go through this together. 1 second, right here. I have to change the translation. No, it's good. A great mobilization and hundreds of billions of euros. EU ready to take the US. Well, I wonder how. So you have Ursula the Witch and our new/old Prime Minister Donald Tusk. Let's just not comment anymore here. The European Union is about to undergo a great change when it comes to thinking about its security, global position, and status as a world power. The official beginning of this change falls on the Polish presidency in the EU. How convenient, right? How convenient. And its first tangible proof is the change in the attitude of EU leaders on further assistance to Ukraine. In Donald Tusk's speech at the Forum of the European Parliament, officially inaugurating the Polish presidency in the EU, there was no shortage of great words, which means empty words, palpable emotions, yeah, they have emotions, like give me a break, and historical references. Yeah, all they can do just to refer to the history that they have never learned from. There was also mobilization because it was palpable in almost every sentence. Yeah, they are obsessed. Tusk mobilizes and warns. The ideal is over. We say ideal like it's ideal word, right? The ideal is over. European, rise your heads high. Europe was, is, and will be great. Oh my goodness. Said Tusk to the MPs. And he appealed to them not to lose heart, as if they have any, not to give in to apathy. I have to apologize. There are some MPs who really have hearts and souls, actually. Europe is courage and boldness. It is faith in one's own strength. The European specialty is to deal with what is new, adapt to changes, continued the Polish Prime Minister. And no one believes him. So how Europe is going to approach this situation if Trump withdraws from NATO, for example, I am just wondering, because I have a feeling that might soon become a reality. Wouldn't it be great, guys, if he just pulls out from NATO, and then what? On the note of militarization and let me show you. Disarmament. I have this article. This is definitely a topic for Scott Ritter. This is from today, January 24th, from TASS. Russia ready for disarmament talks, taking US allies' arsenals into account. This comes from Kremlin. Dmitry Peskov, you know who he is, spokesman for Kremlin. He says this: in the current situation, all nuclear capacities need to be taken into account. In particular, it is impossible to hold a conversation without taking into consideration the nuclear capacities of France and the United Kingdom, Dmitry Peskov noted. Moscow is ready for nuclear disarmament talks with Washington, provided that the nuclear arsenals of the UK and France, the United States allies, are taken into account. So this is not just about United States, about other countries, which is really just on point. Asked by TASS to comment on US President Donald Trump's remark about Washington's desire to discuss these issues, which he had actually, he did mention that he had talks with Putin prior the conflict in Ukraine when he was still president about the nuclear disarmament, because that's ultimately what we want, don't we, everyone? So Peskov said, we are certainly interested in starting the negotiation process as soon as possible for the sake of the people of our countries and the entire world. Yep, exactly. In the current situation, all nuclear capacities need to be taken into account. In particular, it is impossible to hold a conversation without taking into consideration the nuclear capacities of France and the United Kingdom. As I said it already, it was before in this article. He noted the current realities make it necessary. So this is the approach. And I think ultimately that's what we all want. No more nuclear weapons. And let me see, what else do I have for you? I know that there were talks between Mark Rubio, who is the Secretary of State, and let me actually show you this. Maybe I show you this one as well. So there was a conversation, I believe phone conversation, between the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Poland, Radosław Sikorski, who also is, of course, in Davos, and who's warning everyone that this is not the same Putin who was in 2022, is different Putin now, okay? So like Trump, he's warning Trump as if Trump doesn't know what's going on, that this is different Putin. So that's what Sikorski was doing. But let me just refresh this, get into English translation if I can. But if not, I will just show you this in Polish, guys. So Mark Rubio, here you have him, the Secretary of State of the United States, had a phone conversation with Radosław Sikorski. And I will translate because you don't see it here. Rubio confirmed the importance of the relationship between the United States and Poland for the safety and prosperity for the transatlantic region. There were some rumors, because this is not official, that J.D. Vance supposed to visit Poland, which they have been false, I think, because I don't think there is a trip coming at this point. But I think the first trip that Trump will take, it might be to Saudi Arabia. That was his first international trip that he had in 2017 during his first presidency. And that was, I think, one of the reasons, there are many, but one of the reasons was to say, thank you for the good deal that they've signed. I forgot the number that he was able to sign the deal on. But this time, if he reaches $1 trillion of Saudi Arabia investing in United States, that will be major. 600 billion already. So I think 650 billion, he said at this point. Yes, now the comment of the day from my latest live stream that I had with one of all of us favorite guests, with Alex Krainer, who I am very, very happy to have conversations with and looking forward to our next conversation soon. I want to show you the comment of the day. If you haven't seen that live stream, make sure to check it out. And the comment comes from Nadia Baum, who says, "Thank you guys for this brilliant coverage. You know, guys, I really hope for a better future for all of us, as the wicked world as it is, really devastating. And I had enough of this. I wish all of us a world where we have more energy to create beautiful things," as Alex said in the end of your conversation, "and not to fight for our and our children's physical and mental integrity with wicked creatures. Bless you. Peace to all." Thank you so much, Nadia. I really appreciate your comments, as I always appreciate all of your comments. This is my latest live stream with Alex Krainer. And with this being said, guys, I am back. Let's start the new momentum going. And I hope you're still here with me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hitting this like, subscribing to my channel. It helps me a lot. I was a little bit down, I have to tell you. I had moments when I was a little bit down and I didn't feel to create the videos because it was also busy time, but it was also emotional trip for me to be back in United States. And I was really thinking deeply about my channel, the content I provide, what kind of interviews I want to host, how I want to grow this platform. But without you, I wouldn't be here. You mean a lot to me. If you choose to support my work, which I would really appreciate, the easiest way and the best way is to become the Patreon. You can support me for $5 a month or more if you choose to, but the price of coffee, and that will help me a lot as well. Thank you for being with me, for buying the book I collaborated on with Scott Ritter, and thank you so much for all your support. Lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge, and we are saving humanity. All the links are down below this video. Bye, everyone.